Sit down, sit down. Shoo him along in front of you. Good. Your heels a little bit without gripping. You're gripping a lot with your calves. As a result of that, your seat comes out of the saddle. Now, the second thing is, keep looking to the outside, keep it, sit down. Keep it, send it out in front of you. Don't lean in. Leaning inside the horse all the time. You've got to be very much more in the middle of the horse. Right on the outside of the horse more. There, that's better. There.
I should change my weight.
Right, good.
The outside.
Yeah, good. Some people feel like they're falling off the side of the table when they do that. Are you really leaning again? That's it. There. Most people identify that with sitting back. Good. Go to the left. Let go of your hips. Don't grip so much with your calves. That's it. Good. Now, let's keep your outside hand down and keep a bit of the inside. You're leaning in again. Stay back. That's it. Good. Everything you do needs to be done from this position from now on. Let go on your hips. That's it. When you feel yourself raising the outside hand like that, you probably need a bloody good thump on the outside. Back again. There. I let you come forward every once in a while, and I just to make you more aware of the differences in the position. You understand what I mean?
I got to see this. You see on the film. You see how
Sure. Yeah. All right. Take a break. All right. So, is that a very good position for you?
Yes, I always find that for walking canter. I find some horses have a smoother canter.
Yeah. Well, the more he gets these neck, the more smooth it will become. But the real thing of what's holding it over the moment is the fact you're trying to grip it up there.
The thing is, like, you have to
Yeah.
stay on.
Then your legs.
You have to stay on.
Fair enough.
Of course, just pushing the legs down. Stay on like that.
Well, don't worry so much about it. Don't push your legs down, sitting down.
I got a little thinking about that.
Oh, I know. If it were easy, though, I'd be out of a job.
I'll try to get this one.
carry it just once and let me see what happens.
Okay.
Just so that you don't have to work so hard with your legs. You need to sit up there. Rather than bracing out against your stirrup, just a little more bend there and just let your legs hang a little bit more. But to be able to do that, the horse must be propelled through another man, in a different manner. You understand? In other words, if you need your legs to keep the horse going, then it's very difficult to keep them relaxed.
No, right.
Go ahead. Now, if he gets too wild, just drop the whip. I'll pick it up.
Okay.
But it might just help you get him going.
I just want to put his head right.
Well, now at the moment, to put his head right, you need to hold more with the outside hand. You're making him bend too much to the inside. There. That's it. Now you want to put your own head right. That's it.
Oh.
You have to make sure that your perspective is level also. Even there, you're leaning over to the right. There's the middle. Good. Good. Stay in the middle. You're leaning to the right already. When you ask for canter next time, keep yourself in the middle of the horse. Don't lean over the right side. That makes it harder, especially when the shoulders are already inclined to be to the outside. Good. Well done. Sit back now. A little tap with the stick. Now sit back and let him take you. There. Yeah. Let go on your hips. Stay in the middle. Excellent. Good. Little tap. And let him travel again. Relax your legs. Let go. Sit down. Sit down. Sit down. Sit down. Sit down. There. Left cheek. Outside cheek in the saddle. You're starting to lean in again now. Let go. There you go. Let go on your hips again. That's it. Good. All right, Rod. Now that was good. You feel what the extra engine does for you? The whip, but the fact not just the whip, but what the whip creates. Because there are different ways of creating what the whip creates. In other words, a lot more power. That gives you something to work with. So now you have to tell me what are the important. Now you're leaning a little bit to the left there again. Well, I'm going to canter once more.
I can't be everybody.
Sure. Okay. Well, presumably there's a zoom in that camera, is there?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, it may not be so relevant to this direction. It may be the inside one.
I can do it. Okay.
Stay back. Good. Good. Stay back. Quiet. Quiet. Yeah. Well, you threw your hands forward for some reason.
I don't know.
Stay back. Stay back. Don't lean in now. Now. Sit down on the out. Sit down. Sit down. Stay back. Rocking your hips. There. 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 Let him lengthen. Let him have a slightly longer rein. Let go on your hips. You're leaning in again. Stay back. Look forward between his ears. Let go on your hips. Let go. There. 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 Don't look in. Look in the middle. In the middle. In the middle. In the middle. That's it. Let go on your hips. Stay soft in your legs. Sit it, park your backside in the saddle and leave it there. Your britches are glued to the saddle. Ah, nice. Your britches are glued to the saddle. That's it. So don't get embarrassed by... That's it. Yeah, 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 yeah. Good, good. Takes some people years to learn that. All right, trot. I was wondering he didn't run backwards. He says, I'm not going to do one step more than I have to do.
Right.
So, long rein.
What is my homework? Because I'll take a lesson in December as well.
Right, your homework is to relax, to sit exactly as you're sitting now. There, your hips are relaxed, your horse is going somewhere.
I'm tired.
Well, why don't you go and run a couple of miles before you get on your horse then? Now let your legs hang also. No, with you in the stirrups, Let them hang from the hips. Now even there, you're leaning slightly inside the horse. There's the middle. That's the first thing you have to do, is to sit on your backside and stay in the middle of the horse. Good. Now, a little bit of bend at the knee, so the lower legs are back against the barrel of the horse, but not clinging, just there. Good. So, that plus accepting the bit and good. Now, there you've got him going forward, you're beginning to look in again. There you've got, that's the middle. Good. Now you have to recognize that position every time. Absolutely. Don't fall off though. Oh. Yeah. Do it, well, I would say what you can do, which is probably a better way of doing it, because there's a nice walk by the way, is to put your whip and the reins in the outside hand and hold on to the pommel of the saddle with the inside hand for half a dozen strides until you get the idea of where you ought to be. And then take your hand off the reins and see if you can simulate the same circumstances of balance without leaning. Now there you have a tendency to lean in again. There's the middle. Now, what you can do if you're riding in here is to use the mirror. What you can do is make a circle 20 meters in diameter based at either A or C, to the left at A and to the right at C, and look at yourself in the mirror as you come towards it. The mirror over at E, that is. Are you with me?
Yes.
So you'll see yourself coming towards it on the circle, and you will be able to determine for yourself whether you're in the middle of the horse or not. And little by little you will identify more clearly where that position is. That's very... Yes, I would have said so, yes. You could actually, as you go straight forward, you'll be able to see it, but it's not an issue when you're going straight. It's only an issue when you begin to turn. That's nice. Bloody horse. That's Fran's old codger, isn't it?
Yep, Brawler.
No, the other one.
Oh, you mean Nathan?
Good. All right, turn in for a moment. Good. So, from your perspective, what things, 3 things, maximum 3, in a single word or a brief phrase, you would consider made the greatest significance to you and your horse out of today? And what I'm not looking for is what I've been trying to impart. You understand me? But what I'd like you to go away is 3 things.
The importance of the outside rein and pushing him into it with the inside leg.
Okay.
So his shoulders don't, because he does have a tendency to go crooked.
Yeah. All horses do. So he's not unique.
Relaxing my hips and
Okay.
taking a deep breath and relaxing my face so that my legs hang properly and
Okay.
I'm gripping with my calves.
Yeah.
And
So
when
can
I
I-
canter, sitting on the outside buttock
Okay.
and not leaning in when I do circles.
Okay. That's the same thing. So the first thing is keep your horse on the arc. Keep the 3 points in line.
Yeah.
whether you're on a straight line or on the arm. The second one is it be relaxed. So it just doesn't extend to any specific part. Stay relaxed. It's a frame of mind. And then the third really is, what was the third?
The third one was not leaning in all the time.
Okay.
Staying centered in this situation. I'll work on that.
Except I would put it in a slightly different order. I would say be centered, be relaxed, and keep the horse on the arm.
And jiggle that inside.
Sure.
Yeah.
Good. That's your
Okay.
home. Now that's your homework.
Right. I will work on it every day.
Because those are the things that are going to make the biggest difference in the shortest amount of time.
The thing I have to keep reminding me about those hips because I really don't even know how you do it, but I think when I breathe deeply, it seems to naturally relax.
The horse will tell you when you're doing it. Sure. And over a period of time, you'll identify exactly what it entails. But that being familiar with your own body is the one most important thing that riders need to be able to do. Then you can turn yourself into a cocktail if you need to. It's just finding the coordination. But as long as you're prepared to experiment and recognize different fields. I mean, I found even this morning, as late as this morning, that sure, I'm trying to make myself better, just like everybody else. And there are certain things I want to try to ride more efficiently than ever. In other words, when I sit on any horse, I would love to be able to sit up there and say, right, horse, do it. And there is a way of doing it. If you watch somebody like Harry Bull, or Ryan Clifton or anybody like that, they sit on a horse, they look like they're doing nothing, and suddenly the horse, they press all the right buttons, and it's not by accident, by mileage.
Do you ever ride other people's horses when you give these lessons?
Yeah.
Maybe the next time you should farm, I'd love to see you ride horses.
Okay, yeah. Be more than happy to. But the point is that all the time one is trying to make subtle adjustments, and you're trying to make every single stride count for the horse. And a lot of the time I'm lazier than any other individual because, with a little bit more experience and mileage than most people, horses will go for me. But that doesn't mean that one becomes complacent, and I would still find myself experimenting, say, well, especially with sensitive horses or with horses that I haven't ridden before, that they will very often mirror your riding more clearly than other horses, than horses you know well. Because you get to know once you get to know a horse very well, you tend to get in a groove, and it might be a good groove in spots and a bad groove in spots, but you tend to live with one another within that groove. And it's very hard to get out of it sometimes, much as one would want to. But so when I make a change, I'm trying to, first of all, if I recognize a change in the horse, that's the first thing. That is your most positive input, feedback that you can get, is how the horse reacts to what you do. And you will probably recognize there that when you sat in the middle of the horse is almost like you took a deep sigh, or a sigh of relief, as it were, going, got glass in the right place. You can almost see that bubble over his head saying that at times. But isn't it wonderful that the horse will tell us?
Yes.
They're our teachers. I mean, or podiatry, all this like that. And I find myself just letting go, but I have to recognize the feel also, otherwise I won't find it again. You understand? And you become very adept at this. Very, very adept. And they're just refined, it's all timing. And it's just that little bit more refined timing instead of just bobbing along on top of the horse, just being able to coordinate just a muscle here, a little bit here, a little bit there. And what you're aspiring more and more and more towards is stillness of the upper body in complete harmony with the back of the horse, with the hands independent and allowing the horse in front. And that's your base.
And when you say allowing the horse in front, you mean neck down and legs scooping up from underneath.
Yes, but with a connection on the outside.
Because at the canter, you're saying put him more in front of you, more in front of you.
Yes, that's why I asked you to take the whip again. Because you don't have a lot to work with, very hard. though you're spending most of your time trying to keep the horse going with your legs. It's very, very hard then to work on your own position. Sometime, if you're really keen on this, get somebody to give you, somebody like Fran, to give you a lunge lesson. Okay, so that you don't have to worry about the horse, and you can think about yourself completely.
And just the seat.
You can become as introspective as you like. Then. Whatever. No, I would say your next lesson. Oh, not you. I mean, the next time you ride, you should ride on your own and experiment a little bit. That has to be part of it also. You need to be able to go out there and experiment. And listen to what the horse tells you. Once you recognize the feel, like when he stretches out and takes your hand, that's a feeling that, that's a good feeling. And one must, as long as you recognize that for what it is, then play around and see what gets you there.
I think that his walk and trot was really nice today. The canter was a long way to go, but...
Yeah. Well, that's all right. We can... Well, let's see what the next time brings, because I'm sure you'll be in a different place in 2 weeks' time. He's a wonderful horse. Really, I mean, everybody should have something like that. That's sensitive. That's sensitive and that actually can go correctly.
Yes, he knows what to do. It's just
Sure.
I have to learn how to do it.
Yeah.
I learn to sit.
And that's the easiest thing. That's the easiest thing to fix.
Right.
Much more difficult to fix a horse that isn't
Exactly.
quite right.
And that's why I bought a horse that was trained. I don't know enough to train a horse.
So there you are.
Well, thank you very much.
You're very welcome.
Wonderful lesson.
Good.
Learned a lot. I
Good.
learned a lot, especially.
Jean is the one I'm thinking of.
You're thinking of Jean, the woman who works
There you go.
Yes, who...
Okay, she was supposed to ride in one.
Oh.
Autofocus.
I heard that already. Oh, you can say anything you want.
So I stand at the entrance. He's 13.
You come across much resentment in it sometimes?
Come across what?
Resentment. Like when you ask him to do it, he's hang on, and he says, go ahead.
The way of playing.
Well, he behaves user. He obeys. He doesn't say. Yes, it's a game. But it's a game the right way. In the nicest possible way, ideally. But when he or she must do. We were talking to Lynn about that earlier. In connection, I think you were in here. In connection with the canter.
Yes.
Same thing, it's the same situation, you understand? Of course, when you ask for a horse to do something, if it doesn't do it the first time, you make very sure it happens the second time.
No. Otherwise, I'm going to grab them.
Otherwise, the reinforces the back of the horse is the dominant of the two. And it's not that the rider takes advantage of it and necessarily abuses the horse, but at the same time, well, the sooner you make that turnaround, where the rider says, no, you will do this now. The sooner the rider decides that that is the way, that is her modus operandi, the less aggravation you will have. Then of course, the opposite is also true. It's not all punishment. When a horse does something well, and this is something we're all very, very poor about. When a horse does something well, something better, the horse should be immediately rewarded, even at the expense of losing the moment. Understand? For example, if this horse comes to accept a bit right now, best thing I could do to make it easier for it to happen again is to reward him, even though he might put his head straight back up. But it means I've got to go back all over and go and so what you do, have to go over the same preparation all over again. But in the time, in the short term, you lose the horse. In the longer term, you're actually doing yourself a big, big favor because the horse will reach that point much more with a lot less aggravation, with a lot more willingness and acceptance. You with me? And sometimes, of course, as was there, he said, oh. I just stroked his neck and stretched it.
No.
Now, the one thing, I'm doing two things, two main things. At any time he feels like he'll stay out there for me, I will give him another little notch of strength. Small word, small notch. That doesn't mean I won't get caught down the road, but at the same time, one is endeavoring to encourage as much stretch from the back to the front as possible. And you must deny them the opportunity, anytime windows like that open where the horse offers, but we riders fail to recognize and therefore deny the horse. And we lose a very valuable opportunity to allow and encourage more stretch in our top line.
You have to raise your hands quite far apart. Is that what you're encouraging about?
The guideline for your hands, no, not at all. The guideline for the hands is they should never be further apart than the width of your own shoulders. Never closer together than the width of the bit of the horse's mouth. At the same time, both hands should be more or less equidistant from the windows. They're just broad guidelines. So there isn't a fixed spot for your hands. With me? Now, the reason I'm spending quite a bit of time in walk is that one would like to think that he is taking my hand in the walk before I attempt to trot. Because, as you know all too well, first reaction on his part when you go in the trot, when you head up in the air. Then you're starting to find situation. In other words, you've got to re-establish acceptance before you get any further progress in the spot. I find in this direction I have to keep the inside leg quite firmly on it because seen the donkey yet?
Yes.
You what?
Yes.
What's the story?
Well, he kind of likes the donkey, I think.
Ah, no wonder he sort of pricked his ears and got the puppy distracted.
He gets distracted.
outside because as I came around the corner, you wanted to drift off towards the other horse. Or to the left, one or the other. You must follow the path. I think we did that last time, didn't we?
Yep. I've been doing lots of stuff.
Again. Every time I go down here, I have a problem.
Where'd he go?